So I honestly wasn't too eager to get to this episode, since the Cutie Mark Crusaders didn't exactly leave off on the best note for me. But I guess I have to get it over with sometime, so from a critic first and a fan second, here's...
No! Second, not again. You've been dumping on this fudging episode for too long. The Cutie Mark Crusaders have a new episode, which more than helps with both their characters and their talents, and for Tartarus' sake, we are going to give this episode a fair review, whether you like it or not!
Well, gee, Crimson, I didn't know you had such a soft spot for little girls.
I want you to listen to what you said, and while the intro goes, you will go into the corner and think about what you just said.
Hey, wait a second, how come we're using your intro?
My channel.
No way, if I have to review on your marks, it's going on... You know what, forget I said that. Your channel it is.
I'm getting dizzy.
Yeah, the cutting back and forth style always kind of annoyed me. How about we just meet up in one place? So, what did you think of the...
Nope! We're doing this at my place. Alright, now you're...
Blue raspberry pony. Why did I have to make this my color scheme?
Hey, second. Are you blue? Da boo dee da boo die da boo dee da boo die.
Look, Chibi Darth Maul Pony, can we just start the review already?
Yes, so anyway, this episode is about the CMC trying to figure out what they're going to do now that they have their cutie marks. More specifically, Apple Bloom. I guess in that aspect, it's more of an Apple Bloom episode than anything else.
No, more than anything else, it's a Dave Polsky episode. Only he would think to throw in something like this. It's moments like this that remind me why I like him.
I'll say it before, and I'll say it again. I don't care about the writers. No one should. If we constantly look at each writer and episode, we have an expectation for the episode's writers, the quality of said episode, and the rest of the staff's execution suddenly diminishes because of it.
Granted, everyone has a role to play, but there comes a point where you have to answer for what can be traced back to you. An episode can't stay afloat without the right story to keep it there in the first place. And Dave Polsky's humor is generally awesome. I mean, what? I thought you wanted me to say nice things here.
Yeah, but I just don't like it when it's too much emphasis on the writers themselves. We then lower our expectations when a writer that has a bad track record, or when a good writer has a bad episode. I'd like to think that the writers as a team rather than just as one person that should be praised over the others.
Well, true, that's not fair to anyone not named Neil Tsedow. Tell you what, if you let me have Polsky's comedy, we can just move on from there.
Fine. What I really like about this episode is how the characters are really actually addressing this as an issue that they face, rather than a passing thing that might be happening. Whenever an issue occurs with the main six, we don't really get to see those issues addressed, or they're sometimes even ignored. With the CMC, they always address the issue directly, and most of the time it's on their own stubbornness or their own actions that gets them into and out of trouble.
Well, I'll give you that. Actually, after their last episode, I didn't expect this one to segue so quickly into some surprisingly grounded and relatable issues. It all has a nice getting older vibe. Still, the delivery is a little jumbled and disjointed in the first act. It kind of bounces from point to point without giving us a strong sense of any particular tone, and it's hard to be sure where it's going. Plus, it goes off on a couple dramatic spiels to say relatively ordinary things.
Yeah, but we still address every topic needed. First issue, what do they need to do now that they no longer are blank flanks?
We do exactly what we got our cutie marks in! Helping other ponies!
What should they do now that they might not be able to go all over Equestria?
Used to only do stuff to get our cutie marks or fulfill our destiny, but now we don't have to. So, we can do things just for fun? Are you girls thinking what I'm thinking?
And is that Colt Scootaloo's long-lost brother?
Hey, I'm just saying, it's always possible to organize it better, and if you're not building enough momentum, you... Hey, wait a minute, you're right, that's exactly what I would have thought Scootaloo's brother would look like.
Right?
Hi! What's up, guys?
What?
So what are you doing?
What are we doing?
Thwart my plans?
Thwarting your plans?
Are you?
What plans?
You're reviewing without me? I'm gonna kill you! Fuck you!
Well, fuck you too!
Hey, I'm still in the room here. I mean, I'm not even sure how you get out of here. If you have to do this, could you... Hey, wait, that's a four-way lug wrench. Are you sure that's what you... Wait, what are you doing to her with that shovel? Hey, well, hey, pelvises aren't meant to bend that way. In what universe does that equal pleasure? What is wrong with you people?
Well, congratulations, Crimson. You've scarred Second Opinion for life.
He wasn't before?
I never thought I'd be glad to have seen Human Centipede 2 for preparation.
I am not even going to question that. Wait, what are you guys reviewing?
On your marks.
Oh, that piece of shit!
That wasn't a piece of
It was a horrible episode! The entire premise of the episode is basically just the writers acknowledging that they wrote themselves into a corner by rushing the CMC's resolutions in Season 5, and now they're paying the price for it.
Hey, wait a minute.
What?
Poorly written though Crusaders of the Lost Mark may be, not to mention generally horrible to the point of... You can't review one episode entirely based off another. This thing happens to be onto a lot of possibilities with these three, and that is more than worth the while.
Says the pony who didn't look forward to this episode because of Crusaders of the Lost Mark.
Well, that's expectations. That's not actually reviewing it. Wait, you weren't even here. How do you even know about that?
Internet. Well, since I'm late to the party, because some pony forgot to give me a memo about this collab, I'll go ahead and give my quick opinion on the episode.
You have collabs without me all the time, you hypocrite.
Note to self, kidnap Crimson for more collabs. Anyways, I think that the episode is very interesting, but not well executed. I like how Apple Bloom acknowledges that they have nothing to do, and the Crusaders finally bring up that they can't do everything together. But in my opinion, it's a poorly paced episode with the main conflict of the episode only appearing halfway through the whole thing.
Note to self, never invite Crimson to do a collab on your channel.
Too late.
Oh yeah. Jeez, you're always on your best behavior around you, Nova Brony.
I do have to agree with Blaze to a degree. The first act is a bit slow and the conflict is a little jumpy, but I don't think that the episode was that poorly paced, actually. The characters were written well, and the addition of Tender Taps as a cutie mark problem within the episode was kind of fun. He makes a great foil for Apple Bloom's downside and makes his arc clear, so we don't have to waste time. It also increases with comedy every second that he is on screen.
Lingering on story and writing for just a little while longer, can we take the time to say that the song is not that great? I mean, the melody's fine, but the lyrics, if you really think about it, all they amount to is... I'm so bored. Yeah, that. Everything's song there, guys.
Well, as soon as I get a lengthy apology for the failure song, I'll consider the possibility that other songs didn't bring enough to the table either. But even if the song isn't your style, I have to admit, it takes advantage of an opportunity that's been blooming for a while, and is now more open than ever because of the Crusaders' new position, Apple Bloom's character. Now that she's not the face of wanting to get a cutie mark anymore, the show's finding more time to expand on her traits and grow her a little. Because the fact is, she still has a lot of growing up to do. She never really found her own thing quite the same way the other two Crusaders did. You could even argue that from the day they appeared and saved her from having to feel ashamed, she's been clinging to them. Or at least to the idea of having a club full of friends. Now she has to grow into a more mature perspective on friendship. Of all ponies, she's starting to remind me of Twilight.
Oh, sweet Celestia, she's gonna be the main character in the inevitable reboot, calling it!
Personally, I thought the lyrics were fine, but the instrumental was beautiful. Apple Bloom's always seemed like an extroverted introvert, if that makes any sense. She's attached to what she's normally interested in, or what she normally does, but now that she's going outside of her comfort zone, it makes sense that she would feel so alone, not having someone around to experience new things with.
I will concede to that notion, I suppose. And Tender Taps is a very relatable character for those individuals who get stage fright.
I think we can talk a little more about this episode, or rather, the characters within this episode. As much as a lot of people say that this is a CMC episode, it's really more of an Apple Bloom episode with a side order of CMC. Apple Bloom seems to be the one that goes through an arc and develops as a character rather than all of them combined. She's not written out of character, she does legitimately try to help out wherever she can. This also opens up more possibilities with her character, like what will she do now with her spare time? How will she grow as an individual rather than a member of a group? As well as When will she develop her feelings for Tender Taps? I will have my ship!
I don't know. After that little alone in the dark scene and her glaring at the other CMC, I think she has a bit of a stalker obsession with the other girls. Oh, did they ever make a Grimdark fanfiction about that? That would be so creepy.
Still, though, that last scene.
I only wish I'd realized what you needed right away, instead of moping around for no reason.
Well, either way, I hope you keep dancing.
That is just so damn sweet, especially since Apple Bloom has felt bad about bombing on stage in the past. I mean, say what you will about her being overly touchy with the new directions her friendships are taking, sometimes that's what it takes to be a people person. So yeah, as much as I hate it, let the shipping commence.
I got this feeling at like 3 a.m. while watching Netflix. I drew some porny bed art and I wrote some smiley fanfic. Can't help it, I just think that they would make such a good pair. In canon, they have never met. I don't care. I ship it.
As for visuals, there wasn't really much to them. Really, it's pretty much a standard Apple Bloom episode with standard visuals, with the only thing standing out being the dancing scene with Tender Taps, if only because the animation with his dancing was so lazy. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what I like to call scramble animation. See also puffs of smoke indicating two people fighting, Sonic the Hedgehog's running animation, and of course, we were pressed for time, so here's Tender Taps' legs scrambling to vaguely resemble dancing.
That part I will have to wholeheartedly agree with you, especially when only a few episodes later we then get a hearth-swarming tail, which has Pinkie Pie and Featherweight dancing in a pretty complete animation.
See our full opinions on that episode in the future, of course.
You heard it here first, folks. We have been utterly shortchanged for being denied a view at what the careful choreography of a pony dancing that fast would look like.
I honestly wouldn't have a problem with it if Tender Taps wasn't built up, and now we don't get to see it in action. No payoff.
Well, my problem is that they couldn't find any choreography for the stage as a warm-up at the very least.
Okay, one more thing. The visuals when Apple Bloom is trying to do stuff were fun. Okay, overall entertainment. Crimson, second.
I still really like this episode a lot. It has a lot of potential, and I look forward to more individual episodes like this.
This episode actually had me looking forward to what Season 6 had to offer. It's a bit disjointed and long-winded at points, but it packs entertainment, heart, and intelligent character development, enough to make me interested in the Cutie Mark Crusaders again.
And trying new stuff might even make us better at helping them.
Maybe. Just maybe.
So, with that being said, this has been your future evil overlord, Crimson Glow.
Her faithful assistant, Blazer Terabad.
Or critic first, fan second, and third party second opinion.
And